Congressman Swalwell, we have heard from a number of individuals today. We saw that very explosive hearing, and I have more sound I'm going to play from it. But we also heard from Leader Hakeem Jeffries today, and he wrote a letter to Donald Trump about Pete Hegseth, saying the Secretary of Defense should be fired immediately. What is the conversation inside the House Democratic Caucus tonight?
Simone, it's been a long day at the Capitol for me. Are you telling me that Pete Hegseth is still the Secretary of Defense and he's not been fired?
That would be seem to be the case. I'm checking my phone feverishly, though.
That's insane. This guy, by the way, they want to fire everyone at the CIA and FBI, and they want to replace it with this. I mean, Hegseth should be gone. Frankly, everyone on that group chat who didn't say, hey, who is this weird number that isn't responding, they should never have access to classified information. They also should all be told to turn over who their signal contacts are so that we can understand what other exposure that we have. Because I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that these morons have been doing this on other operations and that we are probably exposed in other ways.
What are House Democrats going to do? Because this is, if this shoe were on the other foot, if we were talking about Democrats, I don't care what administration it was, I highly doubt that Republicans would let it go by the wayside just because they were in the minority.
Simone, there's a hearing tomorrow on the House side in front of the Intel Committee, and I hope somebody asks the question that I did not hear asked in the Senate today, which is, will you use signal for future operations? Because that'll be quite telling. If the answer is no, it's an acknowledgement that they shouldn't have been using it in this way in the first place. And if the answer is yes, that's also concerning that they have not learned their lesson. But look, we can't count on any Republicans to save us. And some of these folks are very nice people. Don Bacon is a nice guy. Nice is not the problem. Their votes are the problem. And every single time they will vote to protect Donald Trump and this insanity and idiocy that is making our troops less safe. So we just have to go beat them in the districts where we've got a shot so we can cut our time in this Trump hell in half.
Congressman, before I let you go, I guess, you know, the leader in the Senate, Chuck Schumer, has said that the way in which that he's posturing, trying to fight the Trump administration and work with his Republican allies, that this worked in 2017. And there are many of us who believe this is not 2017, that the Republican Party is in a very different place. The lack of outrage from Republicans, particularly in the United States Senate today, leads me to believe that perhaps Senator Schumer's calculation here is a little off. I'm wondering what you think.
Look, the division I see in our party right now is not between left and center left. The division is between old tactics and new tactics. And we're not going to win, this moment by using old tactics. And so we have to always be on. We have to be everywhere, not just in the podcast space, but in the country. That's why I went to Anna Paulina Luna's district this weekend with 2 days' notice. David Jolly and I, a former Republican, had a town hall with 600 people and a 1,500-person wait list, and there were a lot of Republicans who showed up. So we need to bring them into our movement. We can't make it so hard to be a Democrat. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be pure to be a Democrat. If you share our values of freedom over fascism, you should be on our team and help us win the House.